So even after Gwyn's death, he perpetuates this plan that he and Gwyn had, which was, when I disappear, when I die, you need to continue the Age of Fire, which means you need to put people to come down here to where I'm going to disappear. And they need to come down, and they need to continue the whole Age of Fire thing. And then he went down here, and he locked the door behind him, and Frampt went, okay, I'm just going to sleep until somebody wakes up. And you have to ring 2 bells to wake Frampt up. And once you've rang both those bells, he wakes up.
Is that just so that it, like...
It's an alarm.
Yeah, like, is it a test, though?
Yeah.
Is it that he knows that they're there and he could hear them specifically? He's like, oh, well, it's the thing.
If you've rang 2 bells, that means that he knows you're good enough to get into the City of Gods and possibly not die. It's a test that separates most of the chosen undead from, like, the good ones that are good enough.
Is there other magic cups on that side?
Careful, because that staircase ends.
Yeah.
There are cups, but they're not magic cups. This whole area is kind of weird, and you can't really go to any of these. I don't even think they have geometry. This is the only place you can actually go, but this whole area looks, like, really weird.
Okay, so...
So offer all of the souls, basically, yeah.
Yeah. It just works the same way.
Here we go. So don't press the button. It'll skip it.
Okay. I expected to have to do this manually 3 times.
No, I think it does it for all of them the moment that you talk to it. Which is really annoying, actually, because some people might not have read them quick enough for,
Yeah.
What if you didn't read it? So then you put all of these souls in there. It's all of the souls of the lords, and then this door that Gwyn sealed on his way in finally opens. The only person who's ever gone in here was Gwyn and his knights.
Will he say something different now?
I don't know. You can talk to him if you want to check. I don't think he does.
I so just want to kill this guy.
You can't. He's literally unkillable.
I know. Because he lets you hit him in the head.
Lord Vessel is satiated, magnificent. You are the righteous successor to Gwyn, the new great lord.
Yeah.
Seeker no more.
You are king because he was seeking
I
you.
must admit, I am fond of you, human.
And
bet we
Frampt
taste
admits
good,
he actually
asshole.
likes human beings.
And may the age of fire.
So Frampt wants the Age of Fire, Kath wants the Age of Dark. Frampt likes the gods, but he likes humans too, and he's just grown accustomed to this kind of way that things are. Kath wants a Dark Age to begin, which is an age without fire. Which do you prefer?
Well, I prefer playing a different game. But, so, I hate the snakes.
Yeah.
I hate all the guys you like.
Okay.
Can I make an Age of Witches?
No.
Can I make an age
No, it's fire or dark. Those are your only options.
Okay, well, is it really just I walk down this way?
Yeah. You just walk right now.
Are those ghosts?
Yeah, those are just ghosts.
Is it just ghosts?
Those are ghosts of the knights that Gwyn took in here with him.
They have them horn helmets.
Yes, those
Oh, no,
are
wait,
the
no, those
those
are
are Dark
the...
Knights.
Okay, now, not that one guy's horn
No,
helmet.
those are the winged helmets of the Dark Knights. Keep pushing.
Alright, well...
You still have a whole zone to go through, don't worry.
I think the gods are assholes, but I think the guy who wants us to kill each other in order to make a not-god world is also an asshole.
Yeah, well, it comes down to who do you like more? The guy who really likes gods, or the guy who really likes humans but thinks humans should kill each other?
How about the...
This is the kiln of the first flame,
Just
by the way.
straight up, again, the witches who are associated with spiders, which I like, and katanas, which I'm using.
So, look at the
and
sky.
fire, which I like, and... Yeah.
Yeah, this whole area is supposed to...
This is underground.
It's underground. It's supposed to be where the fire originally
That's the
was,
fire,
or where
isn't
they
it?
moved it.
The fire
that's
is literally
sun.
the sun.
No.
No?
No.
No.
Keep moving.
That would have been
This is the
kind of an
kiln.
interesting...
So this is where Gwyn went, and this whole place is burned the fuck up and melted. Like, look at all the ash. Look at
Yeah.
all of the melted, like, work. All of the iron and everything.
Yeah, well, anyways...
Keep pushing.
Like, the characters associated with a bunch of things I'm already using or already like, and also the idea of we're just going to replicate this, and, like, yeah, it didn't work, but was still an interesting idea that was, like, good. It's like, no, I'm associating with the witches.
Well, that's not an option.
It should be.
It's
Just witch souls.
no, that's not an option though. So these are Dark Knights. These are the for real ass actual Dark Knights that Gwyn brought in here with him. So they're all pretty tough.
Oh.
Yeah, get that parrying going if you want to, but
I
it's,
tried. But he
yeah.
did this, and I was like, oh, I mean, you missed.
Because parrying is a good and easy and cheap way to kill these
Okay.
guys. And they all
Tight
drop
knights.
chunks, by the way, nonstop.
Yeah, so I don't have to go after Skeletors for chunks, but
Nope.
I don't need chunks right now, so whatever. These guys respawn?
I believe they do, yes.
Okay.
They are the only Dark Knights in the game that respawn.
Because they're already living in basically hell.
They're
like literal
probably
hell.
undead, actually. I don't know.
What the hell's this?
Or you could make the
Spine?
argument that they're ghosts.
A
No,
spine.
that's just another piece of metal that was warped and destroyed by a fire.
Well, what was the purpose of this place before it became this?
It was holding the fire. That's it. And then something caused the fire to go supernova, and it has burned everything up, and it has melted all of the metal, like, building. Scaffolding and stuff.
Oh, hey, I needed reds.
Yeah, I think they drop red as well. It's red or just normal chunks.
Okay, good,
those
because
are
I
the
need
two
my
types.
fire sword to go
Yeah.
up.
No, I get you.
Is there, like...
this path is really straightforward. If you go up there,
Okay.
you're just gonna hit an invisible wall.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no like secret twists or turns. It's very straightforward. It's basically a straight ass line.
So, remind me, okay, this is unrelated to what we're doing now, but...
It's not that way. It's the other
Yeah,
way.
I know, I'm just looking
Okay.
at stuff. I'm just looking at potentials.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, the cats.
Yeah.
Like, there were a few in the forest. There's the idea that
They're
they
just
may
cats.
have been... Okay, why did that one talk and have friends and, like, made its ghost down in the abyss?
Because cats are fairies.
I mean, they are in real life, but, like...
Alvina just has the ability to go, like, partially invisible. That's kind of just her skill, because she actually, if you keep with her covenant, will give you a ring that lets you do that also. That's just kind of her thing. Yeah.
Oh. Well, the souls didn't matter right now.
Yeah, well, I did tell you, these guys are for real. Like, these are...
I didn't have trouble with the other ones.
So I'm going to warn you right now, these are the only enemies.
Okay.
They're just the Black Knights. There's actually, I think, only 6 of them in here, if I remember correctly. I don't even know the exact number, and they're just kind of spread out, and they respawn when you die.
Okay. Well, I can farm chunks.
Like
If
I said,
want.
this area is super small, and it is super straightforward. There are no twists and turns, there's no invisible walls, to my knowledge. I think there's barely any items in this entire zone, and you can see them from the path. Like,
Yeah.
it's this area is really, really easy, because this is basically your victory lap. They wanted you to be able to just walk through here and be good.
Okay, but the cats aren't, like, specific, like, representations of any particular god or
Nope,
thing.
they're just cats. I mean, this world just has monsters. It's a thing.
But certain versions of the monsters will then be not only friends, but plot significant friends. But we
I
don't know
wouldn't-
how she knew them.
I wouldn't say that Alvina
She never
was...
said it.
I wouldn't say that Alvina is a friend. She is protecting the forest because that's where that's where the grave of Artorias is, and
Yeah,
that's
so she was his
where
friend.
Sif is. No, she's Sif's friend.
Yeah, why is she?
She's friends with the wolf.
Yes. Cats and dogs aren't usually friends. You know this. You live
I
in
don't know.
America.
She just kind of, I don't know. She wanted to protect Sif. Even in the past, she was the one. All that she was doing down in the abyss was helping you to figure out where Sif was, so that you could save Sif.
Yeah. Why were they friends?
I don't know.
Oof.
That's kind of just the way that it is, I guess. There's no lore
Nice,
for those
more
two,
red.
to my knowledge.
Yeah, I don't know. There's a lot of other little threads that are like, well, this thing seemed random. What else? What else? Okay, the fortress with the snake men you said was kind of a lore blip,
Sort
correct?
of. So people think that that is probably the fortress of Gwyn's son, the one without a name. And his name is not Sen.
It's the sun's fortress then.
Well, he's not the son. He's the son with an O. He's not the son with the U. That's his dad. His dad is the god of the sun, and he's the god of war. And the snake men, who are partial dragons, are probably like slaves or servants of his that are just watching the fortress.
Except that there's also snakes in the what's his faces.
Yeah. Oh yeah, this is all the Black Knight gear.
Oh, okay. Yeah, in the dragon's library, you also get snakes.
Yes.
So do the snakes belong to him?
They probably
or
belong to both of them.
do they they exist and they both happen to decide to employ snakes?
That could be it. If you want to check the information on that armor, you can. I think it's got some weird stuff going on.
All right.
Yeah, just make sure you're not going to be attacked.
Okay. If they were going to walk out, they'd have done it.
Yeah, they
by
probably
now.
would have done it at this point. So yeah, if you want to just go down
You know
to
what?
this.
Let's just do it through here.
Yeah, okay, that's fair too. It's probably down near the bottom. I don't think it's at the bottom, but there it is. It is.
All right.
Helm of the Black Knight who haunted Lordran. The knights followed Lord Gwyn when he departed to link the fire. That's what he left to do. But they returned to ashes in the newly kindled flame, wandering the world as disembodied spirits ever after. That's why when you kill them, they stay dead in the outside world, is because they're just spirits.
Come here.
So you kill them in the outside world, they're spirits, and they stay dead, but this is where the actual bodies are.
Okay, so they respawn here, and then some of them just happen to have wandered up there.
Well, they're spirits.
Yeah, this is about
Gauntlets,
the same.
the Knights Pursued, yeah. So the thing that happened down here is that Lord Gwyn linked the flame. He linked the flame, and that meant that to himself.
Okay.
And that meant that the flame went nuts. So rather than taking his flame and building, you're gonna fall if you go over there.
Yeah, I'm just looking.
And building a wholly new flame, which is what the witch did. He took his flame and linked it to the original one, and that caused it to go supernova. But it powered it up and it let it stay lit for a whole new age, for another age of fire. But now it's starting to go out, and that's why you're here.
Well, I almost fell off.
So they want you to link the flame now. That's what it actually means to become like the. There's a guy right behind you, by the way.
Is there?
Like there are two on this staircase.
I don't see him.
Not yet, but you will in a sec.
Yeah, but I'm not in their
I
aggro
wasn't
range.
sure if you were or not. I thought maybe he had pushed you into the aggro range. I wasn't sure.
So they're just giving me all the chunks.
Yeah, I guess they just have Rainbow Titanite on them. But yeah, no. So Gwyn links it, and it does this to everything. But it means that the gods are allowed to be around. And then after he links the flame, they, I guess, are sad about Gwyn's death. But then all the gods leave immediately.
To
including,
where?
Like everyone.
Space?
No, they go to different countries. They just become gods in other continents.
They
other
just
cultures.
wander away from here.
Yeah, they just
and
leave
let it
Lordran.
become the zombie jail.
Yeah, that's the intent.
Okay.
It's probably because Lord Gwyn wanted humans to come in here to try and continue to link the fire after him. So that's probably why the Hollows keep getting dropped in here. Is because it was under his instructions. So the gods are like, we don't want to live in a zombie world. Let's just leave. And they just leave.
Where is my... Wait, was it the white one or... Where's my orange? Oh, did you put it in the box on
I didn't mean to, but maybe I did.
I was gonna write leg, but whatever, it's fine.
Well, if we die, we can go back to the
Well,
bonfire
no, don't worry about it. I'm just gonna say, for everyone's knowledge, leg?
Leg?
Alright. Well, I'm gonna ally myself with the witches.
This is Gwyn. This is
He
the
ain't
god
that
of
big.
gods. This is the first god. This is the linker of the flame, the god of the sun. This is Lord Gwyn. This is what linking the fire does. It just makes you a horrible fucking zombie man. So
He goes
he doesn't give you a lot of chances.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go ahead and impart some weird
I
wisdom.
expected him to be ceiling size.
Sit down, first of all. We'll pop with humanity and then sit down. You want to
Hold
reverse
on.
your
Hold on.
Okay.
I want to
You're
reverse
gonna take this with you?
this.
Sure. So Lord Gwyn is both fairly difficult the first time you fight him, but is actually one of the easiest bosses in this game.
So I'm just being... Am I summoning someone when
Yeah,
I get there?
eventually you will. I think it's right outside this door.
Okay. Like, that feels like it cheapens it a little, that if I'm gonna have help, but I'm sure it's plot related.
Yes. So here's the thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Gwyn is real strong, and he seems really difficult the first time that you go in there, but like I said, he's one of the easiest bosses in this game.
He didn't seem strong so much as he didn't stop swinging.
The reason he's easy is because they don't point it out, but he has a massive weakness. He is unbelievably weak to parries. You can parry him.
Oh.
Every swing he does is parryable. And if you parry him, he just blows up and stands there and waits for you to beat on him, basically.
Okay, so like the one thing I hate having to do because it's annoying and the timing is hard.
Yeah, you might even be able to spam parry him, though, to be honest. I'm not 100% sure.
Got a sword.
Yep.
Cool.
All of these guys represent the Black Knights. They each hold one of the different weapons that the Black Knights can hold, and they all have a relatively high chance of dropping it. So if
Okay.
you wanted to, you could farm out every Black Knight weapon from all of these guys.
And those can be upgraded the way everything else does? They're not special?
Yes, but they do take twinkling to upgrade.
Oh, that's really easy for me to get right now.
Yeah,
You
I'm
can
just
farm
letting
it
you
off
know.
clams. There's a bunch of clams right near a bonfire, and they take like 2 hits from the big stick.
Yep. He
They are
completely missed you 100%.
Yeah.
So
got
the
another.
reason that they put all of these Black Knights in here, by the way, is not only to give you all of this stuff and for lore purposes, but hey, the easiest way to beat a Black Knight is to parry the Black Knight. So they're trying to basically, if you haven't figured it out yet, here's how parrying works. They're really driving it home right at the end of the game, so that it's like, hey, just parry Gwyn, who cares?
It's still a sucky mechanic.
A little bit.
I mean, I just did it. So
I know.
whatever.
I'm not saying that it's, like, terrible and impossible. I'm just saying, yeah, it's kind of garbage, to be honest. There's less of a... here's a guy who died.
Yeah.
It's less of a mechanic that they push super hard in some of the later games, but they do still push it in some of them. This game was very much throw up your shield, get big poise, and then parry or backstab. And then, like, I don't know about Dark Souls 2, but Dark Souls 3 is roll. It's roll the meta. Just keep moving, never
Which
stop
makes
moving.
more sense to me as someone who's played Monster Hunter.
Yeah, I understand that. You're gonna want to heal a little bit.
It's fine.
Okay. But it's like you're fighting other people, and it's about rule. That's the big thing.
Mm-hmm.
Is if you have high enough like stamina in Dark Souls 3 and you get invaded or you do an invasion, all you have to do is keep rolling over and over and over and over again, and people basically can never touch you. It's actually kind of bullshit, and a lot of people didn't like that. I thought it was fine. It just means that the game is very mobility-centric.
Yeah, spears are hard to parry.
Yeah, spears are super hard. Don't even try with spears, honestly.
Yeah.
Fucking Gwyn has a sword, for God's sakes. It's like the easiest thing to parry there is.
Right, so there's gonna
So
be...
yeah, check for it before you walk in. It might not be here, it might be over here. If it's not over here, it might be farther back into the zone, and you do need to find it.
Okay.
Just assuming it's here, and I think it's here.
So, I'm gonna guess it's that one guy again, because he's sun-themed, isn't it?
It might be. You gotta find him, though, and I have no fucking idea where he is, and I'm really angry about it. I really like to...
Was
is
that
it? That might be it. I thought that was a message, but yeah, that looks like it. Yeah, that's it.
Okay, so the reason you didn't want him to sit there cuddling bugs...
Yeah, the reason I didn't want him to die is because if he survives, you can summon him in at the very
Can we
end
kick
of the game.
him into the flame and he can be the sun god?
You'd think so. That would be a really cool ending if you could do that. Like, if he survives the fight and then you kick him into the fire instead.
Yeah, and it's just like, wow, thanks for helping me. I'm the chosen zombie, and I'm gonna go and be... Nope, it's you. Go, get in there.
Once
get
you
in
beat
there.
Gwyn, by the way, you have about 10 seconds to decide if you want to link the flame or not, by the way. So you're going to want to think about that now.
Is he with me?
Yeah, he's coming.
Takes him a second.
Yeah, he doesn't run. Well, he kind of runs, but...
Okay, orange boy.
And it's not an option. It's literally, once you beat him, linking the flame is using the bonfire that shows up, and not linking the flame is just walking away. So yeah, just wail on him. Maybe heal, because you're really hurt.
Yep.
You know, let Solaire kind of get a lot of his
Oh,
anger
he has
out.
a grab?
Yeah, one of the reasons that people think or thought that Solaire was like the son of Gwyn is also because he is totally summonable in this fight. And it seems like he has a lot of beef with Gwyn. No, you're not getting it. That's fine though. Honestly, you can just wail on him and beat him to death. Yeah, he's got a really good song. There it is, you got it.
Yeah.
You parried Gwyn. It does a ton of damage. Maybe roll away and heal.
Yeah.
Gwyn's dead. You just beat Dark Souls. That was the end of it.
Dark Souls.
Okay, here's
Get
the
in
thing.
the goddamn fire, you stupid
Okay,
motherfucker.
do you want to link the flame or not?
I don't want to do any of this.
You have no choice. You have to pick one right now.
Get in the flame, you
You don't have the
Damn
choice
it.
to... He's gone. So if you want to link it, touch it. If you don't, walk away.
And is there a limit on how much time I get for this?
Right now, you have about 10 seconds.
Alright, fine, I'm here.
Okay. You could have just walked away. It's a cooler ending, but that's fine.
Well, you didn't tell me.
Yeah. For what it's worth, actually, I don't think I've ever linked the fire. I always choose the dark ending.
I don't want either of them.
This is what happens when you link a fire. They don't tell you it actively uses your body as the kindling. All of the souls and all of your levels have been burned up and given to the flame. You just ensured that the gods will continue their reign and that mankind will have no power in the next world. And it causes a massive supernova explosion, and that's it. This is the end of Dark Souls.
Okay. I mean, they don't tell you all of the things you just told me.
No, but that's the implication, is it literally kills
Dark
you.
Souls.
It literally kills you to link the flame.
Well, sure. I mean, you'd expect to die one way or another.
So Grandma was just sacrificed to the gods, but like...
Where do bonfires come from?
They are the dead and burning bodies of other undead.
Who did this, or just regular?
It's just regular, because if they did this, then they would... Okay, Dark Souls 3 touches that.
Okay, well, why are the bonfires
just during
special,
this,
then?
it's just the ash around you would be the undead. Except Gwyn was the only person who's ever done that, so it's nothing.
Yeah, but, like,
bonfires
they're just sitting in random places, though.
They're undead who can't even move. They've been ground down into, like, bone piles and ash, and they've been kind of, like, plugged with those curved swords and then lit on fire. They are special in that they're undead who basically are no longer functional, but that's kind
But they're
of what
not,
it is.
like, dead and respawned.
Yeah, they can't respawn anymore. They're stuck.
Okay. Yeah, there's so much of this game that just isn't really all that clear, and I know they do it on purpose, but it's annoying.
And that's a lot of people get drawn to it because of that. A lot of people really like that concept.
I don't know. I like explaining things. I like getting real lore. Also, I like it when they give you options that aren't shitty. Like, if they give you a character that you like and stuff, they should give you like a way to go down. Okay. I'm just gonna say this
You just didn't find any characters that you liked. Like, well, okay, go ahead.
I pointed at him and gave him a look, guys. I'm just gonna make a bold statement here. There should have been an ending related to every covenant based on getting to the top part of the covenant, having a different summon next to that thing. You take Spider Sister or Skeleton Man or a cat in.
You can't bring one of the spiders would be way too big. And the only summon that you get that's, like, not human in the entire game is in the DLC.
What I'm saying is, this game should have had more in it. You're saying that can't be because that's not what the game... I'm saying this game should have been better.
Right. Fair enough.
So I'm just gonna say there should have been an ending for every covenant possible, and that each one did something slightly different. They can all still be depressing, but at least it could be like, hey, I pushed this stupid sun guy into the fire. Or, hey, the cat sits here and tells me, well, this is better than the abyss. I'm just gonna do this, take care of the forest. Or you sit here with your sister and she's like, I'm gonna fix my mom's problem. I'm gonna do what she wanted to do, but I'm gonna do it right. And then she goes, it would still be sad. It could still be depressing. You could still die, but at least then you could have something that's, like, more based in, like, I don't know, just decisions that aren't shitty. Here you get 2 decisions that aren't good at all. Based on 2, the ending is basically pick a snake. I hate both snakes.
Yeah. Well, you don't have a chance to say you hate both snakes. Honestly, the dark ending, if you hate the snakes, is probably the better of the 2, because that the ending is literally the snakes become subservient to you. You walk out of the bonfire, the fire dies, and then your character just kind of looks forward, and you've got 8 of those primordial serpents sitting all along the pathway, and all of them bow, and they go, to you, our new Dark Lord, and you just walk through them, and it's like...
But I don't want there to be more snakes. They reproduce
they already
based
exist.
on...
No, they presumably there's already 8 of them.
I don't like them.
That's one of the reasons why I keep suggesting, and nobody thinks this and nobody agrees with me, but I think Kath and Frampt are literally a 2-headed snake, and one of them is on one side and the other's on the other.
Or maybe they're all
they're
like
pretending.
one big hydra.
Like, because when you see them in the dark ending, they literally loop around the pathway. It looks like there's literally just 4 snakes with 8 heads. Oh, and then this is what happens. Now that you've beaten the game, time in Lordran is dumb, I guess, is the argument here. We go all the way back to the beginning. And we get to see this.
Were there talking corpses? Oh, that corpse wasn't the one talking.
No, that's a narrator.
Okay, I was gonna say, like, I don't remember there being a dude who just described this shit.
No, this is, who actually is this? I have no idea who's talking right now. So, some people have suggested that it's a lot of different things. I think some people think it's Velka. Which would be an interesting concept if this is, like, the only instance of ever hearing Velka speak. Because you never see her in this game. She's not one of the gods.
Do you see her in
that
the other
fight.
games?
Nope.
Okay.
People were hopeful as fuck for seeing Velka, and Velka never shows up.
I'm in jail in, like, endgame armor.
Yeah. So there's your rats, and Grandma sitting there in, like, the strongest armor this world has to offer. With her giant sword. And...
Why isn't there a rat covenant?
Because rats are bad. I think Dark Souls 2 has a rat covenant, actually, if you want.
Actually?
I think
That's
2
great,
and 3, by the way, I know for a fact 3, but I think 2 adds to the endings that you can get.
Remind me, is that guy alive?
Oscar, he's an undead.
Okay.
I think he's an undead.
You'd think he would have been more important, considering what he starts.
There was probably a lot more involving him that was taken out of the
like,
game.
even if he's gotta, like, die after you meet him or whatever, like, you'd think there would at the very least be, like...
Well, he has a name, but it's only in the files, is one of the big things. That guy's back to being alive.
Yeah, but, like, you'd think that it would be, like, you'd talk to people and be like, oh, yeah, we sent him to go pick an undead from the jail. Like, just whichever one he thought looked the best.
Yeah, right? Like,
yeah, like they just sit
really
around
weird
and be
that
like,
he just chooses you out of everyone.
Yeah, like that someone sent him or someone knew him or something.
Well, he does tell you when you find him that his family sent him, and that his family has a thing, like a prophecy that's held, that's passed down.
Then you'd think you'd meet like a brother or a dad.
No, it's only ever him.